Good morning. This is Father Stephen Kelly from St. John's Church in Detroit. We're continuing our series of daily morning meditations, where we generally look at one or another lessons that are assigned for morning or evening prayer, what is known as the Daily Office Lectionary. And today for Friday, I thought we'd take a look at the lesson that's assigned for morning prayer, and that is from the first book of Kings. Remember, we had 1 and 2 Samuel, now it's for 1 Kings. They're all basically written in a historical sequence. And we have now Solomon, right? King David's son, is on the throne, the man of great wisdom. And Solomon is able to accomplish what David desired to do, which was to build a temple, a house for the Lord. And in fact, Solomon is able to accomplish it. And so this is where we're picking up right now, chapter 9, beginning at verse number 1, is God speaking to Solomon after the building of the temple. And it came to pass when Solomon had finished the building of the house of the Lord and the king's house, and all Solomon's desire, which he was pleased to do, that the Lord appeared to Solomon the second time, as he had appeared unto him at Gibeon. And the Lord said unto him, I have heard thy prayer and thy supplication that thou hast made before me. I have hallowed this house which thou hast built, to put my name there forever, and mine eyes and mine heart shall be there perpetually. And if thou walk before me, as David thy father walked, in integrity of heart and in uprightness, to do according to all that I have commanded thee, and will keep my statutes and my judgments, then will I establish the throne of thy kingdom upon Israel forever, as I promised to David thy father, saying, there shall not fail thee a man upon the throne of Israel. But if ye shall at all turn from following me, ye or your children, and will not keep my commandments and my statutes which I have set before you, but go and serve other gods and worship them, then will I cut off Israel out of the land which I have given them, and this house which I have hallowed for my name will I cast out of my sight, and Israel shall be a proverb and a byword among the people. And at this house which is high, everyone that passeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss, and shall say, why hath the Lord done thus unto the land and to this house? And they shall answer, because they forsook the Lord their God, who brought forth their fathers out of the land of Egypt, and have taken hold upon other gods, and have worshipped them, and served them. Therefore hath the Lord brought upon them all this evil. Okay, so like he said to David, he promised to have an heir on the throne, and we know that ultimately that heir will go through David, through Solomon's line, ultimately to the Messiah, Jesus Christ himself, right? His lineage through Joseph and Mary, right, because they were the same tribe, of the same lineage. They, in fact, because Jesus takes flesh from Mary, he is, in fact, that descendant of the throne and has the right to it on an earthly sense. But of course, we know in a heavenly sense, he has it and then some. But, I don't want to give you a spoiler, so cover your ears if you don't want to hear a spoiler, but his successors are not going to do so well. In fact, they're going to be quite evil, and the kingdom is going to be divided, 10 tribes and 2 tribes, Israel and Judah. And God will keep a remnant, even though the kings have been unfaithful. So anyway, it's amazing to watch how, despite the unfaithfulness of the people of the original covenant, and of course Solomon does stay faithful, but then he goes and disobeys God and brings in all of these extra wives and concubines of other religions and allows them to worship their false gods in Israel. So his heart is turned from the unique and worship of the only true and living God, right? He doesn't fall for the false gods, but he allows for that worship in Israel, which is forbidden by God. And it'll only get worse after that, with a few blips of really good during this period. But anyway, keep reading through Kings and you'll see what happens there. So today's Friday. Well, no public worship today at St. John's, but I do hope that you will say your prayers, read your Bible, and God willing, we will see you on Sunday in church.